Oh, Lord. God darn it. Hello, KP Heathen. Good evening. Jeez. This is just such a pain in the ass. Oh, about 10 tries and I'll get good evening out right, maybe. Hooray! And it was only like, how many tries was it? 1, 2, 3, 4 tries and I got good evening out. How are you doing, KP? That's what happens when you're using a keyboard that's overly sensitive, I guess. Hard to believe I used to be able to type with a typewriter and make very few mistakes. You give me a keyboard for a computer, and I'm constantly having to backspace and edit and erase stuff, and it's just pathetic. I'm drinking Folgers coffee, a pod of Folgers coffee, 12 ounces in a Keurig with French vanilla creamer. Hello, Holly Ivans. Well, I had my hand slapped and I was told stick to script. And don't reminisce. And remember, the AI is watching. Jesus. Danger Dale, welcome, Danger Dale. I just loaded a short. It's me with my morning taco and a 6-pack of Hormel Completes. And I titled it Taco and Preps. And then I was warned, watch out, the AI doesn't like that word. I'd like to give the AI the finger, or whoever programmed the AI. Uncle Aldi Bullfrog, welcome. So I'm sitting here reminiscing about my cup of coffee. uh, I mowed the yard today. I was working in the yard. So I've got a huge yard and I've got ditches. Where I'm at was originally out in the country, so we had septic systems, water wells, and it was not curbed and guttered. Well, we now have city water. We now have city plumbing and all that, and we're inside the city, but they did not curb and gutter. So I've got ditches I have to mow, and I can't do it with my riding mower. So I use a self-propelled. I bag good Folgers coffee, 12 ounces in a pod of Folgers with French vanilla creamer. Five in the house, 5 likes. So my mentor and I were talking about a subject for today, and today's topic is 5 dry goods that you can still buy. Beginning Prepper 101. When you start into preparedness, the first thing that you do is you go look at your pantry, see what you have, take into consideration what you like and what you actually eat, and then you start trying to acquire extras. So like some people, they shop. I had an aide. I'm reminiscing again. I had an aide back in the day, 30 plus years ago, 30 some odd years ago, and he would go out and he would shop for one meal. It's like gourmet. He'd buy a steak, he'd buy a potato, he would buy ingredients, he'd buy stuff to make a salad, to make one meal. And that's not preparedness. Preparedness is you go out and you go shopping for the week and you buy your week's worth of groceries, and you say, okay, I'm going to buy extra of this, and this that I eat all the time, so that I've got spares, so that it'll last me more than a week. And then when you go back the next week, when you get through with the first week, you go back, you buy another week's worth of food, and you buy more extras. So you roll back. You start off where you want a week's worth of extra food, a week's worth of bottled water, go to 2 weeks, go to 3 weeks, go to a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Uncle Al would say 2 years. Now that's trying to be prepared, or preparedness for the worst case scenario, that everything goes to SHIT, Teowaki, the end of the world as you know it. And the idea is it'll take probably a year for the world to get balanced out, and then you need another year's worth of food so that you can start making your own food. As soon as things get where you can start doing it, you start growing. If you're not already growing a garden, you start growing a garden. Hopefully you've got fruit trees, and hopefully you're able to produce, and you've got some meat animals. Start with small stuff. Chickens. Most everybody can handle chickens. Get you some chickens, quail, rabbits. Get yourself a breeding pair or 2 of goats. Get you a male goat and a couple of female goats that are being age. And that's getting yourself going. But we're talking about dry goods. So one of the number one, and I just got through showing it, and I guess that's why it was listed as number one, is whole oats, for oatmeal. And things go bad, you may eat 2 meals a day. You'd be lucky if you eat 3 meals a day, but most people can get by on 2 meals a day. You want a good breakfast, and then you want your evening meal. You snack on something other, or you have like a protein bar or something for lunch, and a Gatorade, or So having whole oats, where you can make oatmeal. Now, that's the first of 5 items on this list, but I will put an appendage to that, and I will say wheat. Cream of wheat. You can get that in number 10 cans. It's not expensive, less than $10 for number 10 can of it. So oatmeal, cream of wheat. Malt, you used to have malted meal. I love that stuff. People sneaking in on me. Let's see who came in. Let me roll this back up. Let's see, Alacaneda came through. Golly jeez. I'm horrible. Alacaneda. Welcome, Alacaneda. Melinda Elliott. Joseph Moore. The Black Widow. Belinda's Country Living. Welcome, Belinda. Whoa, what happened to you? Dagnabbit. Huh. It just went bloop on me. Golly jeez. I just love notebook computers. Trying to do YouTube on a notebook computer. It is just disgusting. And then it pulls up something about Happy Pride Month. Good Lord. Oh, don't offend those people. Trying to get back to where I was before something happened. It just went crazy on me. All right. I'm not good with technology. I'm not good with technology. I keep saying that. Little Lone Prepper, welcome. I have people telling me stuff all the time. You need to do this, you need to do that. You need to get this, you need to get that. I was talking to my daughter today about getting a new phone. Which I will be doing. I need to get somebody who knows about laptops to do some stuff on my laptop for me. Get me straightened out with YouTube. Get everything coordinated. I need to get some new lighting equipment. I want to have can lights installed in my ceiling, and that should take care of my lighting situation. So 13 in the house, 13 likes. I had a mail call today from Amazon. Let's open it up and see what this one is. I order stuff just about every day. I've got to the point where I wait till they say something's in the mail before I order something else, because I don't want them to send me a bunch of stuff in one box, gets banged around, and then it comes out all crappy. I don't like number 10 cans that are all banged up with dents. Yep, number 10 can. This should be one of those items that Uncle Al was talking about. Oh, no, this is another morning move. Shelf life up to 20 years, just add water. 93 servings. 70 calories a serving. Serving size 2 tablespoons. I have some other items that are coming in that I've ordered. I ordered some freeze-dried onions. I'm ordering items that I feel like I need, extras or sides and things, but also things that, you know, people tell me or recommend that I should get. So when we talk about dry goods and 5 dry goods that you need to have and you can still get, and actually prices are going up, they continue to go up. Rolled oats or oatmeal, for oatmeal, or you can grind it up and you can make you can grind it up for like oat flour, and you can use it to make bread and various items. It's related. Instant mashed potatoes. The basics: white rice, beans, pasta. It's cheapest when you buy it in bulk in larger quantities. Right now, you go and you buy a pound of rice, you can wind up paying $1 for it. It used to be like 25 cents a pound. You'd get it and it'd be like 25 cents a pound. It's cheaper when you buy like a 50-pound bag. You buy a 50-pound bag of like pinto beans or white rice, or there are other, beans you can buy. But the idea being, you buy a large quantity of it, and then you take it out and you put it in a number 10 can, or you put it in a pail. I've got current prices on pails. So a leak tight white 5-gallon food safe bucket, 5-gallon bucket, $11. Now this is Walmart. They actually have them, $11. It says food grade. The lid for it is $1.98. So you pay $13 for a 5-gallon bucket and a $2 lid. You're going to need Mylar bags. So you're going to want to buy some 5-gallon Mylar bags. You can buy them in quantities of 5, 10, different numbers. Normally when you buy Mylar bags, they will come with oxygen absorbers. So you'll also want to buy some moisture absorbers, because when you get ready to seal that Mylar bag, and a lot of them are like Ziploc seals, you want to get the ones that are Ziploc seal unless you want to try to heat it, and you know, it's a pain in the butt. And I would put like 25 pounds in my 5-gallon bucket. I would limit it to about 25 pounds. So if you're doing 50 pounds of rice or 50 pounds of beans, you're going to want 2 buckets and 2 lids. You're going to want 2 5-gallon Mylar bags. You're going to put, when you get them in there, you're going to put a couple of oxygen absorbers. You're going to put a couple of moisture absorbers. You're going to seal the bag. You're going to put the lid on it. You're going to seal the lid, and then you're going to write with a Sharpie what's in it. When did you do the prep? When did you store it? Then you're going to want to store it someplace where it's not real hot. You don't want to store it where there's sunlight. I've got a hall closet full of buckets. I went the other day. I hadn't opened the door. I hadn't opened the closet in probably a year. Went, well, okay, and those are from a few years ago. Jocelyn, welcome, Jocelyn. Enrique Trevino, my friend. Thank you for coming in, Enrique. And Jocelyn, and I am drinking Folgers coffee, a pod in my Keurig, 12 ounces with French vanilla creamer. So I don't have current prices on Mylar bags. I don't have the current prices on like the moisture absorbers. I need to update that. I need to update the price of the various products like grain and pinto bean, or rice and pinto beans. Another item, pasta, dry goods, pasta. So buying them and putting them together for yourself, you can do that. I like to buy freeze-dried. I like to buy stuff that's got a long shelf life. What's the shelf life when you're storing like rice and you do it the way I do it? You know, you can store stuff for 8 or 10 years probably. It all depends on the conditions of it. Is it hot? Is it humid? Is it in direct sunlight? Same thing with, you know, rations. I watch a lot of ration reviews. They got 20-year-old MREs. They're still good. Now, sometimes a component goes bad. One item in it. You always want to do the sniff test, do the taste test. If the tongue starts feeling funny, don't go there. You know. But if stuff's stored properly at a proper temperature, it's good for 20 years. Yeah, if it's stored properly, it'll last for many years. Rice, and same thing with pinto beans. Dave Ramsey's always talking about rice and beans and rice. And there are people that exist on that. I mean, if you go down to pre-Columbian Mexico, you know, squash, beans, I mean, they ate lots of vegetables, they ate fish, didn't have that much meat. The wealthy had meat. Potatoes, corn, what they call maize. So I'm looking at what I have. You got to do the math on it. And my wife was saying, well, if there's an EMP, there will be no electricity and there won't be this in your vehicles and all this sort of stuff. I said, yeah, it'll go back to the way it was 100 or more years ago. 150, 200 years ago. It'd be like the Amish. I've been saying I'm going to put this up, and I haven't done it on my, you know, or how to get it. I got this on Amazon. It was less than $40, and I've showed it. It's got a flashlight, it's hand crank. It's got a compass, so you know you can your directions. It's Bluetooth. It's got AM, FM, weather channel. It's got it's got different bands. I haven't programmed this one. Well, I ordered another one. It should be in maybe tomorrow for my daughter. I've been doing yard work. The younger man that I have that helps me has been out of, I don't know, he's been out of pocket for a while. Been wanting to get him over and get him going on it so I can do other things, and it just hasn't happened. Devil Dog Prepper, welcome Devil Dog Prepper. Yeah, feel free to drop your link. I let my dog out before I start my live stream. Now he wants to get back in. I hear him. My wife should be home from her karate at any time. Should be 7:30 right now. Yeah, you get what you pay for. When you're doing prepping, you can do it on the cheap, but when you do it on the cheap, sometimes you get what you pay for. Like $18 versus $40. The other one. The other one has everything this one has. It's got more, but this one doesn't have a compass. Do you really need a compass? Well, it's nice to know, to know your directions. But this is Life Gear. It's made in China. $18. Whereas this one, truthfully, this one's made in China too, but it's a lot better quality. It's a lot heavier duty. It's got Bluetooth, and it should last longer, and it's got a better sound to it. It's got an antenna like the old school radios that you'd get back in the days. Coffee. So let me go over statistics real fast. Sitting at 1,608 subscribers, 17.1K views, watch times 548. My last live when I started was 97 views. My current short, the one that I dropped prior to the one I just dropped, it's 89. That one's not doing too well. I don't know why. And then my last video, which was the goodie box for Rachel, Mama of 4 Boys, 51 views. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, please look at it. Please leave a like and a supportive comment on it. I will be doing a 1,700 subscriber giveaway. And the qualifications for that: leave me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I release. When I hit that when I hit that 1,700, I'm gonna look at the last 5 videos I released, and if you left me a supportive comment on each of those last 5 videos, your name will be in the hat for a nice goodie box. 4, nope. 3, nope. Gotta be 5. And one of the things you need to be cognizant or weary of is going onto a premiere, because most of my big video, the stuff like I've done recently, I do premieres. Well, you go to the premiere and you watch it and you communicate with people during the stream of the premiere, and I get the watch time, I get the like, but those comments disappear. After it's over and it loads up, you leave a comment, those are the comments that remain. And those are the comments that count for my giveaway. Yoda! My friend Dave! Welcome, Yoda! So when you're trying to prepare for emergencies, and we've got a disturbance out in the Atlantic that's probably going to become the second tropical storm, may develop into a hurricane of the season. It's 2,500 miles from us. 2,500 miles. And over the next several days it will develop. You know, everything's a learning experience. Everything is a learning experience. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, they're not screw tops. So, if I have to pop the top on a bucket, when I open that up, we're going to be using that. We're going to be using that out of that Mylar bag. It may wind up being, you know, it may be separated out into smaller quantities. My wife will take 4 ounces of rice and put them in a baggie, and she'll have 15 or 20 of those in a plastic jug that she screws the top on. So when she wants to use the rice cooker, she'll pull it out, and, you know, water and salt. And I like to do cores, and then I add 4 ounces of rice to the core. So I'll have a core, and I'll add 4 ounces of rice to up the amount, the quantity. Yes, please leave a supportive comment and a like. It would be greatly appreciated. They desperately threw old Joe to the wolves because he was behind in the polls. They need to have time to put another agenda agent in. Yeah, I really didn't want to talk about the slaughter last night. I really did not want to. So if you look at my current short that I just did, I had a potato and egg taco, and I ordered, I've got a bunch of these different flavors. This is a 6-pack of Hormel Completes. These are all beef pot roast. So what I would do, it takes 60 seconds to heat. You can boil it. It's plastic. It's in a retort pouch, but it's one that's like a little bowl, and you can peel, you know. So if you microwave it, it's 60 seconds. Well, what I would basically do if I did not have electricity is I'd put it in a pot and I'd heat the water. I'd put in probably some shelf-stable tortillas. I'd put a package of that in so I could have a couple of tortillas with it. That'd be a meal. Otherwise, I could put in some rice. I could basically make a pouch of rice, or I could heat rice in a, you know, different. You got different scenarios. I can cook and I can prep stuff all the time. You know, prep up different stuff. Hillbilly Josh, welcome, Hillbilly Josh. So Rachel should have received her box today. Said she's out of town, so she's going to get her mom to go pick it up for her. Make sure the porch pirates don't get it. $13 in the house, 17 likes. I have not been doing outreach to channels. I've been accepting people, people come in, they join me, and then I join them. I'm not out soliciting channels for growth. You get some of these channels, they're growing really fast. I can remember Uncle Al. It took a long time to get over the 2,000. He was right there at it, right at it. It took a long time to get over it. My friend Justin Green, Pastor Green, God's old man, he was right under 1,000 for a long time. He was right there. I was doing everything. That was like in my glory when I was really growing and pushing the channel and really was growing, I was growing 100 subscribers a month. And I was doing everything I could to beg people, well, subscribe them on your backup channel if you got a backup channel, trying to get them over 1,000. It finally happened. I don't know. And then you've got channels that seem like they're blowing up. And they're good channels. They're good channels. They put out good material. They put out good shorts, and they live stream some, and they, But I mean, they're picking up like 100 subscribers in a day, or more than that. And I've had conversations with people about, what's going on there? What's the going rate to buy channels? To buy subscribers. I've had people offer to sell me subscribers, or to help my channel grow, if I'll pay them, I don't do that. Yeah, the purge is real. You lose channels. I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't. Good coffee, and this is Coffee Talk. Folgers. I try to spread the word on things that people need or that will benefit them. Inexpensive things to remind them. You're in a world of hurt if you got you got cans of food and you can't open them because you've got an electric can opener and it's not working because the power's out. and they're not all pop tops. Well, in my opinion, what you have happening is you get a troll comes in, whether they're leaving comments or whether they're just observing what you're doing. So then they'll make a complaint, and then the AI will review your stream, or they set a program to review your stream to look for certain things or certain words that were used or comments that were used or whatever, and then they'll take you down or they'll give you a warning, you know, or whatever. I had a video taken down for supposedly making false statements about the health situation that happened a few years ago. You know, one of the things that was commented upon last night is Uncle Joe has been and it's been in the press, and they've been just beating our former president over the head with him supposedly saying that the racists were nice people. They were having some sort of protest and counter protest and stuff going on over some Confederate monuments that they were wanting to take down. And somebody asked the former president about it, and he had said, well, there are nice people on both sides of the protest. You know, there are people, you know, nice people who are protesting to keep them because of history, and then there are nice people who are protesting to remove them because of, you know, what they perceive they represent. But somehow he got accused of saying that the Klan and a bunch of Nazis were nice people, which didn't happen. And finally, after like 7 years or however many years, Snopes did a fact check and said, no, he did not say that. But Uncle Joe last night tried to use that again after it's already been debunked, and people have been talking about it being debunked, and no, you can't keep beating him over the head with that one. Find something else to beat him over the head with. And what happened? They had prepped him up, and he pulled that one again, and it fell flat. And the former president said, hey, that's already been fact checked and everything, and they finally came out with the truth, and no, I didn't say that. So I apologize to those of you who are here to just hear preparedness. I do respond when people talk about stuff, and I have a degree in history. One of my degrees is in history. I've studied extensively. I talk to people all the time. People who are religious, and I try to set them straight on scripture and history and timelines and what's happening right now. You know, you make a pot of pinto beans, you sort them out, get rid of any of the bad ones, you soak them overnight, and then you start cooking them. And then you want to flavor them with some bacon, soft pork, You wanna flavor them, and you cook them. Put some salt in it. Good eating. Then you want to make cornbread. Oh, I love beans and cornbread. My mother used to make pots of beans, butter beans, lima beans, pot roast with the vegetables. I do that in a slow cooker. My mother taught me to cook. My daughter loves my cooking. My wife complains. But the wife complains about everything. She'll complain about her own cooking sometimes. It's like, dag nabbit. Yeah, fatback. Yeah, I gave my daughter, Enrique, a Haley Bible, a Haley Study Bible. And here I go reminiscing, Uncle Al. Back in the days when I was in college, I took courses through the Howard Payne Annex, which was Baptist run. And you could go and you could get a bachelor's degree in theology through them, Bible study. And I took elective courses. And we used the preferred Bible was the New International Version. They used the New International Version, and they used the Haley Bible Handbook. And my Haley Bible Handbook was getting pretty bad. So I was looking to buy a new one, and I discovered a Haley Study Bible. And they came out with the Haley Study Bible, which is basically the New International Version with the Haley Bible Handbook together. It's all in one as you go. And I bought it online for about $35 from Amazon. It's really nice. My wife is going to make her a nice Bible cover, material Bible cover for it. And I said, well, Esmer, I'll get you one. So I'm getting one for the wife. Oftentimes find stuff for me and then I wind up giving it to my kid or my wife. And I'll order another one. $10 in the house, 17 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So one more time, the topic for today, 5 dry goods that you can still buy, and the prices are going up on them. I'm sorry about that, but it's the value of money. The more money that they print, the more money they put out in print, the more money they have in debt, the less the money's worth. And this would be considered beginner preparedness 101. So rolled oats or oatmeal. Instant mashed potatoes. White rice. Beans and pasta, which are the basics for survival eating. Now, I also include you can get like malto meal. It's cheapest buying it. You know, it's like wheat meal. You know, it's cheapest when buying it in bulk, 50 to 100 pounds. Like you go to Sam's, you go to Costco, you go to a wholesaler, you buy a large bag, and then you repackage them in buckets or number 10 cans. And I will say the latest on the price of a food grade bucket, 5-gallon bucket's $11 right now at Walmart. That's a good price right now, what they cost. And they were cheaper. You know, they were like $8 a few months ago. They've gone up. $2 for a lid to go with that. So you're paying $13 for one bucket and lid. If you get a 50-pound bag, you basically need 2 buckets and 2 lids. Then you need some 5-gallon Mylar bags. I need to check the prices. I've got a bunch of them. I bought them in bulk. Mylar bags, and they'll usually come with oxygen absorbers. And you want to, when you start repackaging the stuff, you open it up, you will put a couple of oxygen absorbers in with the, before you seal it, you'll put a couple of moisture absorbers. You have to buy the moisture absorbers separately. You put those in. And then you put your lid on, you seal your Mylar bag. I get the type that are Ziploc tops. You seal your Mylar bag, and then you put your lid on tight, and then you use a Sharpie and you write down what's in it and when did you store it up, and when did you prep it. Put the date on it where you can see it on the, where you can see it. Once you open it up, you start using it. Hello, Margie. Welcome, Margie, my friend Margie TV. Thank you for coming, Margie. All right, what are the 5 things again, Melinda? All right, 5 things. Rolled oats, or what you, like instant oats or whatever, rolled oats for oatmeal. Instant mashed potatoes. White rice, beans, whether you're talking pinto or some, you know, form of beans, and pasta. Those are the 5. I like to buy, and I just got through buying 4 10-pound pails of rolled oats, and each pail is like a 90-day supply for one person. And I got them on sale for a little over $20 a pail. They're a good deal. Now, Prime Days are coming up. The 16th and 17th of July will be Prime Days, Amazon Prime. You want to buy something expensive, like you want to buy a 12-volt refrigerator freezer, that's the time to do it. You'll get a real good deal. You might get half off on it. Same thing with power station. You want to buy a power station or a generator. That's when you buy. And I'll be buying another 12-volt refrigerator freezer, probably a Bouge RV. And I'll be buying another one, probably on Prime Days. I might also buy, I'll probably be buying 3 of your 12-volt, 100 amp hour lithium batteries that I can chain together. Right now, you pay about $250 for a battery, about $250. We'll see what we can get them for. Thank you, Uncle Al. Have a blessed day. Appreciate you. You know, the idea is you can survive on beans and rice for a while. If they're not expensive. A lot of poor people, that's their primary, beans and rice. You can eat oatmeal for breakfast every day. Former President Nixon lived to be in his 80s. Every morning he'd have oatmeal for breakfast. Put some honey with it. It's good. A couple of cups of coffee. It's a meal. It's inexpensive. Cream of wheat. You know, a wheat, hot wheat. You can get number 10 cans of that for less than $10 for a can. I've got supply of that. So you got variety. Eggs, like freeze-dried eggs, you're going to pay about $1 a serving. So you get a can with about 70 servings. It's about $70. It's expensive. Same thing with meat. If you get beef or pork or chicken in a number 10 can, you're going to pay $65, $70 for that can. You know, it's not cheap. Those are cans that you would buy when you got all the basics covered and you're bulking out. That's when you buy that kind of stuff. Mike Crusher. Hello, Mike. I enjoyed that live stream that Nation did last night. He's a nice young man. He's really hung up on the fact that he's a redhead. Everything with him is ginger. But he's a nice kid. And he gave us all shout outs. You know, he was singing our praises. Which he's a nice young man. Yeah, July the 4th. Thank you, Alacaneda, for the blessing. Yeah, you talk about food fatigue. Like, too much of this, too much of that. So you gotta have variety. You gotta have variety. But there are certain things, you know, I could eat a taco every morning for breakfast, you know. I don't get tired of tacos. I don't get tired of coffee. I used to drink so much orange juice it wasn't funny. I don't drink orange juice these days. I keep saying I'm going to get back into doing ration reviews. I'm going to open up a case of the U.S. military rations. Just start with menu 1 and just start reviewing them. I haven't done it. I've got, God, how many cases do I have back there that I have not unloaded? I've got like 6 or 7 cases of ration, 8 that I haven't unloaded because I normally take them out and I transfer them into plastic totes and then I inventory them. I haven't done that. They're just sitting back there piled up. But well, we got to watch everything. You know, we got to watch everything. The way things are, we have to watch everything. Ten in the house, 18 likes. Well, so it is hurricane season, June the 1st to November the 1st. We had a tropical storm, barely a tropical storm, came in on the coast of Gulf Coast of Mexico, northern Mexico, near the U.S. border. Gave me a week's worth of rain, a lot of rain, and then the grass is growing like weeds. Days that it say it's not going to rain, it still rains. It rained today, and we weren't supposed to get any rain. Now there's another storm forming, and this is going to be going on till November. There's another storm forming out there in the Atlantic. You got to keep an eye on it. So the idea is that you need to have an area where you can store your items that you would have for an emergency. If you're going to have to leave, you want to be able to take all of your most important paperwork, identification, social security, passport, birth certificate, deed to your vehicle, title to your house, your college transcript, your diplomas. You want to be able to have all that stuff that you can just pick up and take, organized. You want to have food that's easy, like Cliff Bars, canned goods, stuff that has a little bit of a shelf life to it that you can take with you, crackers, bottled water. You're supposed to drink 4 half-liters a day, bottled water. Do you have a means to purify water, to filter water? You better have that. You better know you can kill yourself drinking bad water. I need to do, literally, I'm sitting right back here patting it right now. I've got a Blue Eddy Model 70 power station I haven't unboxed, and I need to. It's just sitting there. I need to unbox it and get it charged up. You want to have a supply of salt, pepper, condiments. Salt, pepper, sugar, cinnamon. You want to have various herbs. You want to buy a quantity of these things. You want several gallons of vinegar. Has multiple purposes. I need to do some posts on my community wall items. Been a while since I've done it in any regularity. I need to do some shout outs. People appreciate it when you mention them, especially, you're a channel that you're a good supporter, but you don't create content. Well, it's nice to get a notification that somebody, mentions you. Makes people feel good. I'm a big believer in treating people the way I want to be treated. I was a scout. I was a Weeblo before I was a scout. I went to a Catholic prep school. Graduated in 1980. I went to college, went to community college to save some money, got an associate's, transferred to the university, got 2 bachelor's degrees and 2 graduate degrees. My last degree was in 1995, and the internet came out in 1995, so I'm old school. I got all my education before any of that stuff came out. Somebody was commenting to me about not knowing about radio and not knowing about this and not knowing about... I took the FCC third class license to be a radio disc jockey. Elements 1, 2, and part of Element 3. I had to go to Houston to do it. When I was a teenager, back when AM was popular. And I can tell you stories about that. Like you talk about sharecropping and slave labor, minimum wage on the weekends. But doing that would, you could say that you were a radio disc jockey, and you could be doing dances, 4-hour dance, and the going rate at the time was like $30 an hour. You do a dance for 120, and then it went up to 150. And back then, you know, $150 was a lot of money in 1980. Thank you for coming in, Yoda. I appreciate you. God bless you, Dave, and my best to Echo. So, you know, in the process of different Taster's Choice coffee singles, 80, and I paid like less than $13 for 80. You know, I got stuff sitting around. I've got it in my pantry, but I've got stuff sitting around. I need to go move it over to the pantry. I've got a box full of stuff I've been cleaning out over here. A good alternative, if you don't want to use sugar, stevia, 80 packets of stevia. Clean, sweet taste. 0 calories. Stevia. It's an 80 pack. Idaho Garden Girl, welcome, Idaho Garden Girl. Idaho Garden Girl, her channel, she can teach you about gardening. She can teach you about hydroponic gardening. She can, she's the whisperer when it comes to that kind of stuff. Also, fruit trees. I really love her content. Alacanada, I will try to get by over to you, and I'll run you on my playlist tonight. I'll run one of your live streams on my playlist tonight, Alacanada. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So every day when I wake up, I thank God for the day. You never know when it's going to be your last day. I say the Lord's Prayer. I take my medication, drink my coffee. I eat. I do a lot of thinking. I'm best before noon. I get up early in the morning, and I go to bed like an hour after I finish my live stream. I'll be sleeping. And I'm off on vacation right now for the next going on 6 weeks. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Lead by example. Life is good, but it is what it is. Things happen. You gotta be ready. You need a good carry bag with stuff that'll get you where you need to go or get you home. You need to have some food and some water with it. Good map of the area, an emergency radio. You need a means of self-defense. I'm real big on the 20 gauge shotgun, pump shotgun. You can get one for less than $200. I would put triple-aught buck with it. I would put a sleeve on the end of the stock where you can add an extra 6 rounds, and that should take care of you. Pistol wise, you know, you can talk about all sorts of pistols, semi-automatics, revolvers. I like a good 6-shot revolver with speed loaders. 38 special. I've got a 357. I usually keep plus P hollow points in it. 3-inch barrel, 3 or 4-inch barrel, whichever you prefer. I like a 3-inch barrel. Thank those that are responders. Thank law enforcement. Thank the military, veterans. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And everybody, I will be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Please look at my shorts. If you have not hit the notification bell, please hit the notification bell so you're notified when I release something. I will be trying to post on my community wall. I'm doing a lot of yard work right now. Everybody, please have a blessed day. Thank you for being here, and hopefully join me tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Bye, and God bless.